Love After Lockup Season 6 Episode 10, titled Old Flames and New Fires, aired on May 23, 2025, and boy, it did not disappoint when it came to emotional drama and unexpected twists. This episode zeroed in on two of the most talked-about couples this season, Alexis and Julius, and Joey and Michael. And trust us, the drama levels hit the roof. Let's start with Alexis and Julius. Their scenes were packed with tension, accusations, and a surprise that left Julius completely speechless. When Alexis found out that Julius hadn't come home the night before, she wasn't just mad, she was furious. She pressed him for answers, and he casually said he stayed over at his friend Drew's house. But that explanation didn't sit right with Alexis, who called him out for not checking in and making her feel like he was keeping secrets. Her frustration wasn't just about the one night. It was about a pattern of poor communication that made her feel like she couldn't trust him. In her confessional, Alexis made it clear that this kind of behavior wouldn't fly if the roles were reversed. She explained that Julius expects her to respect his boundaries, but he doesn't do the same. Then, she pulled out 2 positive pregnancy tests and handed them to Julius. The look on his face said it all: shock, confusion, and a whole lot of what now. He barely got the words out, repeating what she said like he was trying to convince himself it was real. "Yeah, I'm pregnant. We are pregnant," Alexis said with finality. Julius's reaction was hesitant at best. He muttered something about how crazy it all was and admitted in his confessional that he wasn't ready to be a dad. "I just got out of prison, not even a whole month. I'm not really trying to have no kids right now," he said honestly. His uncertainty made Alexis even more frustrated because, as she pointed out, they hadn't been using protection. To her, it wasn't a surprise at all. It was a possibility she was already mentally prepared for. Alexis also listed her symptoms: nausea, missed period, breast pain, and told Julius she was 100% sure she was pregnant. But he kept asking her if she was sure, like he couldn't believe this was happening so soon after getting out of prison. And to be fair, it is a lot to take in. Still, his reluctance to fully support her left a bad taste in viewers' mouths. Meanwhile, over in Joey's world, things were no less heartbreaking. He had a heart-to-heart with his mom Linda and opened up about Michael's latest setback. Michael had only been out of prison for about 3 weeks when he broke parole and landed back behind bars. According to Joey, Michael vanished from the halfway house after just one night. No warning, no goodbye, just gone. In his confessional, Joey said he'd called Michael at one point, only to hear that he was staying at a friend's place. But something about Michael's tone and reaction raised red flags. Joey could sense the distance between them growing, and it scared him. What really hurt was realizing that Michael had relapsed. For Joey, that wasn't just a step back. It felt like the whole foundation of their relationship crumbled overnight. Joey was raw and vulnerable when he admitted that he didn't have a plan B. "I'm terrified I'm going to be alone the rest of my life. I'm terrified that I'm never going to find that true love," he said tearfully. His mom tried to comfort him, telling him that he trusts too easily and gets hurt because of it. Joey nodded, and by the end of the conversation, he was determined to stop crying over Michael and move on with his life. Whether or not he can really do that remains to be seen, but it was clear that he was emotionally drained. Back at St. Anthony's work camp, Michael shared his side of the story in a confessional. And let's just say he was pretty blunt about what went down. He admitted that he had multiple hookups, broke several parole rules, and wasn't ready to leave his old lifestyle behind. "I wasn't ready really to give up my old ways. I'm kind of accepted this way of life already. I'm kind of like I'm used to prison," he said. That's a tough pill to swallow, especially knowing how much Joey had invested emotionally in their relationship. But even through all of this, Michael still claimed that he had feelings for Joey. "I really had a lot of hopes for us. Maybe something could happen in the future, but I got to get this out of my system," he said. It was a mixed message. On one hand, he clearly wasn't ready for the kind of commitment Joey wanted, but on the other, he didn't want to close the door completely. So what does this all mean going forward? For Alexis and Julius, things are more complicated than ever. A baby changes everything, especially when trust is already shaky. Julius might not feel ready, but that baby is coming whether he's ready or not. Alexis seems determined to move forward, but she's going to need more from Julius than confused stares and half-hearted responses. As for Joey, it seems like he's on the edge of a personal breakthrough. He's starting to realize that he can't keep pouring his heart into people who can't match his level of love and commitment. It's painful, but it's also necessary if he wants to heal and move on. Whether he truly cuts ties with Michael is another story, especially since emotions don't just disappear overnight. Michael, on the other hand, is back in his comfort zone, prison. And that's not meant as a judgment, it's just the truth. He's used to that life, and in a way, it's easier for him to stay stuck in old patterns than to make real changes. His statement about needing to get this out of his system doesn't exactly inspire confidence. If anything, it shows he's still deep in the struggle between who he was and who he could be. Episode 10 of Love After Lockup Season 6 packed a heavy emotional punch, reminding fans why this series is so addictive. It's not just the drama, it's the raw, unfiltered look at people trying to rebuild their lives and relationships under intense pressure. Whether it's a pregnancy bombshell or the heartbreak of a relapse, these stories feel real because they are. And the messy, painful, complicated reality is what keeps viewers coming back for more. With Alexis now expecting and Julius seemingly unsure, fans are left wondering how this couple will move forward, if they can at all. And with Joey trying to finally let go of someone who hurt him deeply, his emotional journey continues to tug at heartstrings. Will these couples survive the pressures of the outside world, or will they crumble under the weight of expectations and betrayal? One thing's for sure, Love After Lockup isn't just about what happens after prison. It's about trust, heartbreak, tough decisions, and the hope that maybe, just maybe, love can conquer even the most difficult circumstances. And after an episode like this, fans are definitely counting the days until the next one drops.